Has it started yet, Addy? Right, I think we've just gone live, so I'm just going to start here. Hello everybody and welcome to the first live stream here of Exploring Football History channel. So welcome to this amazing channel. Obviously in the video, as you can tell, we are going to be bringing some breaking news with the Transfer Centre with you guys today. So we'll see obviously the breaking news with all Transfer Centre on what is going to be going around. Either obviously we're going to break some news in just a couple of seconds time. Obviously, if you haven't seen the breaking news already, go over to Sky Sports with the breaking news of Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood with Manchester United. Breaking news has just been held out on Sky Sports. And we'll go through the transfer centre now. Huddersfield Town are closing in on a 20-year-old midfielder. On loan from Chelsea. He's set to be recalled by a club. Obviously, Southampton are after him for £17 million, but they don't want him to go on a permanent transfer to Chelsea. So that means Huddersfield Town is his key place where he could end up at. And breaking news in the last couple of minutes, the new signing, obviously, of Newcastle United, Bruno Guimaraes, the Brazilian from Lyon. Obviously, he was signed for £40 million to Newcastle United at St James's Park. Will wear the number 39 shirt for the channel. And obviously, guys, on this video, we are joined by the fellow members of Insane Gamers XD, Will HTFC08, XX Stark, and FS Jowett. So obviously with this, what we're going to do is I'm going to leave it, obviously, to them as well to tell me some transfer news. So, boys, if you obviously want to go on to Sky Sports, obviously to the Transfer Centre, if you see any breaking news, please let me know immediately, and we'll make sure we get it posted on the channel. So, obviously, with Transfer Centre. And in this last couple of minutes as well, Porto are keen on Tottenham Hotspur winger Bryan Gil on a loan for the rest of the season. And as well, Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Ndombele is in talks of making his way to Lyon. I'm just also going to break some news. Yesterday, Adama Traore made his way from from Wolverhampton Wanderers to FC Barcelona. So he's returned back to his childhood club as Adama Traore. And Luis Diaz has signed for Liverpool. I think he's about 21 years of age. Luis Diaz has completed his move to Liverpool, wearing number 23, and it's looking like Donny van der Beek is set to make his move on loan from Manchester United to Everton in this transfer market. Also, tomorrow, Dan Burn is set to have a medical with Newcastle United on his potential move from Brighton & Albion for a £13 million deal to Newcastle United. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, the breaking news that has come out on the Sky Sports, obviously within the last hour or two, breaking news with Mason Greenwood. If you obviously want to find out the breaking news, obviously go and head over to Sky Sports News, or go and head over to Instagram for the breaking news. Obviously, I can't discuss that on the channel. But obviously, if you want to look at the breaking news, obviously, you may as well. So, obviously, and just in the last 30 minutes, West Ham United are interested in Benfica striker Darwin Núñez. So Núñez, who has scored 20 goals in 25 games this season, sees contract at Benfica run until 2025. But the 22-year-old is in talks with West Ham United. It's also looking like Fabio Carvalho of Fulham. Liverpool are still chasing him down, and in these last couple of seconds as well, Aubameyang is close to signing for FC Barcelona. So we'll have a look at some breaking news as well. So having a look at all different ones. I'm going to pop up as well, obviously, just in a second, so you can actually have a look at what the breaking news is like on Sky Sports. Here we go. Can you see it, Ben, when you're watching live stream? Has it come up yet? So I'll just wait for X Dart to let me know with it. So obviously in the last couple of minutes, Burns has been loaned to Swansea. Swansea have signed England under-18 defender Finley Burns. And also in the last hour or so, Eriksson is set to join Brentford. So he's obviously he's had medical checks obviously with his cardiac arrest, and he's fit to return back to football as Brentford is set to sign him on a 6-month contract. The Denmark international is close to being making a return back to the Premiership, and obviously Luis Diaz has signed from Porto to Liverpool for £37 million with talks of 10 million plus add-ons. Bentancur and Kulusevski to undergo Spurs medicals tomorrow. Rodrigo Bentancur will do his Tottenham medical remotely from Uruguay. Meanwhile, Dejan Kulusevski is flying into the UK to do a medical at Tottenham Hotspur's training ground, which is actually happening this evening. And here we go. Obviously, earlier on in the Cardiff match where Cardiff City beat Nottingham Forest by 2-1, Jordan Hugill, obviously, who is on loan, I think, from Norwich. Yeah, on loan from Norwich, netted his first goal for Cardiff City. So obviously there we are. Bruno Guimaraes, who obviously has signed for Lyon, has obviously landed the signature on a piece of paper for the Magpies. And there we go. Lyon in advanced talks over Ndombele. Lyon obviously are in advanced talks with Tottenham Hotspur over the loan signing of midfield Tanguy Ndombele. And I'm just set to make some breaking news to you guys. In the last 2 hours or so, West Ham United have made bids for Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, £50 million each, so £100 million for these two players. But Leeds United have rejected the deals as Calvin Phillips and Rafinha are set to stay in Ellen Road until the summer. Eddie Nketiah, who after him? Gladbach, yeah. So Gladbach, Mönchengladbach, are interested in Eddie Nketiah, so are Newcastle United, but Arsenal have actually released that he will be staying at Arsenal until the summer. Juventus are obviously after Zakaria and Nandez deals. So he's looking good there. Bruno obviously putting the pen to paper since making his contract under Eddie Howe's Newcastle United. So we'll go back onto the transfer centre as breaking news. Obviously, that happened a few days ago. Callum Chambers, the ex-Arsenal man now, has obviously completed his move to Aston Villa, which obviously was a fantastic move for Aston Villa and a fantastic move for Callum Chambers. And obviously, guys, if you haven't already seen Frank Lampard is set to be the next Everton manager. Frank Lampard is set to become the next Everton manager. Who are after Dybala, sorry? Tottenham Hotspur also in talks with Paulo Dybala, so thank you to Ben for telling me the news there. Obviously, Jesse Lingard's obviously in talks with two clubs now. Tottenham Hotspur are interested after him, and so are Newcastle United. But here we go. We're going to have a look here. Barcelona are in advanced talks with Arsenal over the loan signing of striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The deal is not done, but there is increased confidence it can be struck before the deadline day tomorrow. The deal will be a straight loan until the end of the season. Obviously, guys, if you obviously want to join us obviously again with transfer news, we'll be going live tomorrow evening as well with more transfer news on deadline day. Obviously, Frank Lampard makes his move to Everton before the deadline day. Everton obviously are in talks with Donny van der Beek and Dele Alli, as they are both in talks of signing for Everton under Frank Lampard. Obviously, if you haven't seen already, earlier on today, Nottingham Forest loanee Lyle Taylor put it into the back of the net against Derby County at Pride Park for Birmingham City. The ex-Charlton striker did the same when he signed for Nottingham Forest a few years ago, and he netted against Derby County on his debut. So, brilliant result, but obviously for Derby, but not a fantastic result for Birmingham, as it finished Derby County 2, Birmingham City 2 in the Sky Bet Championship. And obviously 6 hours ago, Bournemouth agreed deal for Dembele. So Bournemouth have agreed a deal with Peterborough for winger Serki Dembele, I think that's how you announce it. The club still need to agree personal terms with Dembele, so there is still some way to go on before he can join Scott Parker's side. Obviously, Dembele has scored 5 championship goals in 24 appearances this season. So Huddersfield Town, obviously it's not a massive talk, but Huddersfield Town obviously are in talks with Johnson Clark-Harris, the Peterborough United striker. Obviously it's not massive talks, but Huddersfield Town are looking to maybe either land him in the January window or in the summer. There have already been links with Johnson Clark-Harris in the past, obviously when Peterborough United got promoted. Just before they got promoted back to the Championship, they were in talks whether Johnson Clark-Harris could have ended up making his way to the John Smith Stadium. And obviously, if you haven't seen as well, 6 hours ago, it's looking like Granada, the Spanish club, are in talks over Norwich City with a loan for Todd Cantwell for the rest of the season. So are Bournemouth as well. But Norwich City, obviously, he's only got 1 year left on his contract until the end of 2022. But it could be he'll end up going to 2023 before his contract runs out at Carrow Road. And here we go. Obviously, I'm breaking some championship news. Rovers confirm Hedges signing. Blackburn Rovers have confirmed the signing of winger Ryan Hedges from Aberdeen for an undisclosed fee. The Welsh international has penned a 3.5-year deal at Idwood Park through to June 2025 with an option of an additional 12 months. So we're going to have a look with Huddersfield Town now to see what the latest transfer news is for them. But sadly for them, Leeds United are after, which is not really good, after Lewis O'Brien as they look to trigger the £10 million release clause of Lewis O'Brien. But obviously it still has to make Lewis O'Brien happy, and I think, in my opinion, I don't think he'll make his way to Leeds United. I think he'll be too loyal to Huddersfield Town and he will stay with the football club. And obviously, if you haven't seen in the last couple of minutes, Tino Anjorin is obviously close to signing for Huddersfield Town. He's set to go for a medical tomorrow at Huddersfield Town training ground of Canalside, and he's set to sign for the Terriers. The Championship, I'm obviously really looking forward to having him obviously in their league because he's one of the most talented 20-year-olds at Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, it's been in the past, loads of loanees from Chelsea have come to Huddersfield Town, like the likes of Izzy Brown, Casey Palmer, Trevor Chalobah and Levi Colwell, who have all done well to go on to do well in their career. And obviously, if you haven't seen the breaking news yesterday, on Friday, Doncaster Rovers have announced the signing of Mipo Odebeko, the ex-Huddersfield Town striker, on loan from West Ham United. Also signed Adam Clayton, the ex-Huddersfield Town man, and also they've loaned out Huddersfield Town have loaned out Ben Jackson to them as well. So 3 brilliant signings for a League One club there. So hopefully they do well there. And obviously, a few weeks ago, obviously, it was brilliant to see Matty Daly, obviously recalled from Hartlepool United, has obviously made his move out to Bradford City and scored in his debut. So brilliant for the young man. Obviously, as well, ex-Huddersfield Town man the other day obviously made his debut today against Derby County. Juninho Bacuna made his way from Rangers Football Club. He was only there for about 6 months, has made his move to Birmingham City. Huddersfield Town is stepping up for something here, but we're going to have a look with this other transfer news on, then we'll let you go in a minute. We'll let you have a look in a minute. Forest pursue Hammers starlet. So Nottingham Forest are said to have taken an interest in West Ham United starlet Emmanuel Lungello. The left back is yet to play a Premier League game for the Hammers, but featured in a Europa League clash against Dynamo Zagreb earlier this season. Obviously, Cherries, which is Bournemouth, are looking to strike a £10 million deal for Welsh striker Kiefer Moore, as he is in talks of making his way to the Cherries. Obviously, Seasiders, Blackpool are after Charlie Kirk from Charlton Athletic, as they look to pay for around about £500,000. And it's looking like Middlesbrough could land Newcastle United midfielder Jeff Hendrick, who could be allowed to leave Newcastle United on loan this month. And I'm letting you know as well, at the moment, as Bournemouth are wanting Derby County skipper, and so are Huddersfield Town. So Huddersfield and Bournemouth are after Tom Lawrence, the Derby County player. Breaking news in the last couple of minutes after Bolton obviously beat Sunderland 6-0 on the weekend. Sunderland manager Lee Johnson has just been sacked by Sunderland. Salford obviously keeping tabs on Vale. So Salford City are said to be plotting a move for Blackburn Rovers striker Jack Vale. QPR win race for Dean Sanderson. The Blades, which is Sheffield United, are keeping an eye on Race Williams, Adam Davies and Nat Phillips. And obviously, if you haven't seen the breaking news already, Huddersfield Town are after former Chelsea and Rotherham United goalkeeper Jamal Blackman. The goalkeeper, obviously 27 years of age, is set to make his way to Huddersfield Town as their bench keeper for Lee Nichols. We're going to have a look as well with some more breaking news just set to come out actually here. The only problem is, can Barca afford Aubameyang's wages? That is the only problem, but we're about to bring up some breaking news. The 40-year-old club manager Lee Johnson has recently just been sacked by Sunderland 3 minutes ago. The chairman has announced from Sunderland, he said, "I would like to thank Lee for his commitment and endeavour over the past 14 months. We regret that we had to make this decision, but felt immediate change was needed. We firmly believe that this is in the best interest of Sunderland Football Club as we strive to earn promotion this season." So, we're coming end to the stream, but obviously, hopefully, you've obviously enjoyed the stream. Obviously, with all this breaking news coming out, obviously, Manchester City are after a striker from River Plate, Julian Alvarez, the Argentinian striker is in talks of getting a medical with Manchester City before the end of the transfer market. Obviously, last November he scored 18 goals. What an amazing player that is, and what a chance that could be for them to get them. But I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to release some breaking news as well. Just in this last couple of minutes, Bournemouth are close to agreeing Nico Williams on loan from Liverpool. Nico Williams is set to leave Anfield to sign under Bournemouth. Yeah. And earlier on today, John McLaughlin, the Rangers goalkeeper, signed a new contract. The 34-year-old to sign until 2024 under Rangers Football Club. And I'm just going to have a look now. This was it. Leeds reject West Ham's Rafinha and Phillips offers. So West Ham make 50 million Phillips offer, and they have rejected that. So obviously we'll see what happens in the coming days with that. Yeah. So I'm obviously going to break news. Obviously that happened 12 hours ago. Ex-Manchester United striker, if you can remember him, the 32-year-old Odion Ighalo has signed for Al Hilal. I think that's how you say it. The former Manchester United striker has obviously completed his move there. Obviously Everton are in close talks with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the Chelsea man, if Frank Lampard makes his way. Obviously we'll end the live stream in about 8 and 7 minutes time, but obviously if you stay in contact with us as well, obviously on Monday we will be going live with the transfer deadline day, and obviously I'll see if anybody wants to obviously join us with that one. But obviously we'll have a look now with some breaking news. Let's have a look. But I'll make sure it's better for tomorrow's live stream where you can actually see me on camera. Arsenal are interested in Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak is talks of signing for Arsenal under the Gunners. Also, Manchester United and Tottenham are keeping close eye on Yves Bissouma. The Brighton midfielder is in talks of signing for them clubs before the end of the window. Manchester United star Jesse Lingard agrees Newcastle United personal terms, apparently. So we'll see if that happens. Niklas Süle, obviously the German centre-back from Bayern Munich, has turned down a contract for him to get obviously a new contract under Bayern Munich, as Newcastle United and Chelsea Football Club are knocking on the door to see if they can make him sign before the end of the window. Apparently, right. I'll tell you what, because so I'm just going to put it on pause a minute. I'm just going to put it on pause a minute whilst I just get this back. Right, I'm going to make it so they can... The stream has just been paused, guys. We'll be back in just a second, obviously, with more transfer news. Obviously, just sorting Obviously, we are joined with the channel now with Ben and Will. Obviously, we'll be bringing news as well. Obviously, just in the last few minutes or so, Granit Xhaka is in talks of signing from Arsenal to Jose Mourinho's side at Roma.
Chelsea are showing interest in Barcelona midfielders Gavi, De Jong, and also Sergio Dest.
Right, thank you for the news.
And Chelsea are also in talks with Perisic from Milan.
And in the last couple of minutes as well, Chelsea are in talks with Ousmane Dembele and Jules Koundé before the end of the transfer deadline.
Cesc Azpilicueta wants to stay at Chelsea, but he's out of contract in the summer, and club policy is to give him a 1-year extension to older players. The club captain is 32 and could be offered a long-term deal by Barcelona in the summer. But Azpilicueta demands for a 3-year deal are proving to be stumbling block in his negotiations with Chelsea.
This might shock you a little bit, but I'm about to release this. Obviously, 3 days ago, Thomas Muller is obviously in talks of leaving Bayern Munich for either Newcastle United or Everton in the Premiership.
Newcastle United or Everton? Right,
So, obviously, Thomas Muller has obviously done very well at Bayern Munich. He's obviously won the Champions League. He's won the German League a lot of times. He's obviously won the German Cup a lot of times. But he is in talks of signing for billionaire owners Newcastle United or Everton under Frank Lampard.
Ziyech, Loftus-Cheek and Ross Park could be sold by Chelsea in January as they look to secure funds, strengthen other areas of their team.
No, that's any number.
Dylan Williams has gone to Derby. Lewis Baker's gone to Stoke. I'm just looking at Chelsea page here.
Okay.
I'll come off that. Man United. So, Man United.
Oops! I've just put Will HSO8 in the waiting room by accident.
Zidane is ready to become PSG's next manager, allowing.
Sorry, Will, I put your thing back.
To take over Manchester United in the summer.
Stupid.
So obviously, if you didn't hear that, because I was talking over Zinedine Zidane's talks, obviously on taking over Manchester United in the summer after Ralf Rangnick or Mauricio Pochettino. He's obviously in talks as well, the Paris Saint-Germain manager.
Manchester United have shortlisted Aston Villa midfielder John McGinn.
John McGinn. So John McGinn is in talks.
Manchester United are stalling on making an official bid for RB Leipzig. How do you even say that? Haidara.
Oh yeah.
Here we are. Burnley are closing in on 12 million signing of Wout Weghorst as he is set to strike a medical for Burnley Football Club tomorrow.
Hang on. Are you actually saying that, right? Burnley signing a foreign player? Dreaming.
Lamptey is in talks with Man United as well.
Zuda's gonna be a Lampard.
Ralf Rangnick.
So we just put Will in waiting room, sorry about that, obviously some silly noises, I don't know. So obviously, we're coming close to the end of the stream, we'll end it in about 2 to 3 minutes, so thank you for all the transfer news, obviously so far, obviously, and thank you, obviously, if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to Exploring Football History obviously transfer news obviously is brilliant to announce.
Manchester City forward Raheem Sterling could be allowed to leave the club.
Here we go, we're having a look. Tariq Lamptey and Dembele are in talks with Manchester United.
Manchester City are on the verge of signing Hungarian wonderkid Van Kassa, a 17-year-old winger who plays in the, I don't even know what league that is, the Budapest league.
Now I'm going to be having a look at all the done deals in the last few days. So today, January the 30th, deals that have been completed. Luis Diaz, Porto to Liverpool, £49 million. That deal has been completed. Bruno Guimaraes, Lyon to Newcastle for £40 million. Ryan Hedges from Aberdeen to Blackburn, obviously is an undisclosed fee. And Jordan Hugill, there's obviously Norwich striker, has completed a loan move to Cardiff City. Obviously, we'll have a look now on January 29th, which was yesterday. So obviously, Joe White from Newcastle made his loan move to Hartlepool. Brandon Cooper made his move from Swansea to Swindon on loan. Alfred Doughty from Stoke City made his move to Cardiff City on loan, and Anthony Grant made his move from Swindon to Scunthorpe for free. And obviously in the European, Adama Traoré obviously made his move from Wolverhampton Wanderers to Barcelona on loan till the end of the season with an option to buy at the end of that. And João Carvalho, the Portuguese midfielder Cam, Nottingham Forest, ex-Nottingham Forest, has obviously made his move to Olympiacos on undisclosed fee. And I'm just actually going to ask you on your opinion here, Ben. What do you think to Andy Carroll, who made his move to on the January 28th to West Bromwich Albion? Do you think that was a good deal?
I mean, Andy Carroll, how old is he? Late 30s, something like that. I think he'll stick. He's a good super sub, but I want to start him in starting 11 because they've got Carl Brandt, for example. We've got still got that Robinson guy. I might be getting confused there, but Andy Carroll, he's past his peak, but you can still rely on him to stick it at the back of the net when they're losing by, let's say, 1 goal. He's a good super sub, in my opinion.
Yeah, obviously, and here as well, obviously, I think this could be a bit too much, obviously, with the money here, but obviously, as well, on the 28th of January, Dusan Vlahovic made his move from Fiorentina, something like that, to Juventus for £66.6 million. And to be honest, not many people have heard of him before, but he wears obviously number 7, the ex-Cristiano Ronaldo's number. So £66.6 million he has made his way to Juventus.
That's not. Well, I've never actually heard of him, but they paid 66 million for him. Must be somewhat decent, you know.
Yeah.
But,
So we are coming close to the end. So obviously, if you have enjoyed this video, obviously remember to subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you'd like to see more videos just like this one, and also like the video as well, as we will be going live tomorrow with Transfer Centre on Transfer Deadline. So we'll see